Welcome to video 3 of homework 4. We're going to take a look at questions 19 and 20 here. So I have a limit to evaluate, so the first thing I try is direct substitution. So I let x equal 4, and I say 4 minus 4 on the top, and square root 4 minus 2 on the bottom. 4 take away 4 is 0. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 take away 2 is 0. 0 over 0 gives us indeterminate form. Indeterminate form. What that means is direct substitution didn't work. That means there's a removable discontinuity at that point, x equals 4. Well, we hope it's removable. We're going to find out here. So, if direct substitution doesn't work, I try another algebraic method next. And I'm going to try multiplying by a conjugate. So I'm going to take my original x minus 4 over square root x minus 2. And since I have a square root and it's in a fraction, I'm going to try multiplying by the conjugate. So the conjugate in this case would be square root x plus 2. So I have square root x plus 2 being multiplied on the top and the bottom. Now on the top, there's not much I can do there, so I'm just going to leave them next to each other, because none of these terms look like they really go together well. That square root messes things up. But on the bottom, if I multiply a square root by a square root, and they have the same inside, the inside just comes out. The square root of x times the square root of x is just x. The magic of the conjugate is that I don't have to FOIL, because those middle terms would fall out anyway. I just have to multiply the first terms and the last terms. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. And it looks like the conjugate worked, because I'll be able to cancel the denominator here. So I cancel. So this becomes the square root of x plus 2 over 1. But I don't write the 1 on the bottom, because dividing by 1 doesn't do anything. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and substitute the value of x, 4. And I'll say the square root of 4 plus 2. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So my process there was to try direct substitution. It was indeterminate. That means it didn't work. So then I tried multiplying by a conjugate, and that did work. You have to know the names of these things and be able to explain what you're doing. You always try direct substitution first. If that's indeterminate, then you try another algebraic method. In this case, I used a conjugate, and my answer was 4. Let's do that again. Number 20. So I have a limit to evaluate. My first attempt is going to be direct substitution. That means taking this value of the limit and plugging it right in. So 2 minus 2 over 2 plus 7 square root minus 3. 2 take away 2 is 0. 2 plus 7 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. I have 0 over 0, which is indeterminate. That means direct substitution did not work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the original form of the function and try another algebraic method. So, since I see a square root and it's in a fraction, I'm going to try using the conjugate. The conjugate in this case would be the square root of x plus 7 plus 3. This is a whole term, so I don't change the symbol inside the square root. x plus 7 plus 3. Now the numerator I can't simplify, so I'm going to leave that as is. The denominator, however, since it's a conjugate, I don't need to FOIL. I have x plus 2 square root x plus 7 plus 3 in the numerator. X plus 7 in a square root times x plus 7 in a square root is just x plus 7. Negative 3 times positive 3 is negative 9. Alright, so now I have x minus 2 oops, sorry, I made a mistake. And how did I know I made a mistake? Well, because whenever I see one of these conjugate problems, I'm guessing what's going to happen. I know the pattern, and so I can see my mistake in that when I copied the problem originally, I had the negative sign. But here I need a negative sign, whereas before I had a positive sign. And the reason I knew it was a mistake is because when I simplify the denominator, I'm going to have x minus 2 square root x plus 7 plus 3. And in the denominator, I'm going to have x minus 2. And I know I want that to cancel. So when I saw that the signs weren't going to match, so it wasn't going to cancel, I thought maybe I made a mistake. And that's how you can catch your mistakes, is if you know the pattern and you expect what's going to happen, then you can find your errors. X plus 7 plus 3. So I can go ahead and cancel those. Now I have a statement without a denominator, so it's easier for me to plug in my original value of 2. So I have 2 plus 7 plus 3. 2 plus 7 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So there you go. First thing I tried was direct substitution. That was indeterminate. That means it didn't work. So I tried a different algebraic method. I tried multiplying by a conjugate, and that gave me a number. That worked. That gave me the value 6. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next video.